What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. Finally the final. It has been like over a year that I announced, the next edition of the Cross-Banlist Cup. And 1 year after that announcement, December 6th, 2017, here is the finals between both Dragon Rulers and heroes, OCG heroes, mass heroes that is. Both decks, Dragon Rulers from 2013 against the 2016 heroes, if I'm not mistaken. So which deck has the advantage? Well, this is like a rematch again for the third time. For the third time in the same tournament. And Rulers won post at least the previous matches, so Rulers might have the advantage, but this is the best out of 5. So a deck needs to win 3 games. Okay. Yeah, let's not waste any more time, let's hop into this very excited duel. Game number 1. Alright, first duel, Rulers get to start, indeed, 6th card. This is an okay opening hand, immediately opening up with the access to Trigon, well, access to the field spells, of course, much more important, since, the field spell, Dragon's Ravine will always, depending on your hand, of course, but you can always pretty much set up your Trigon immediately and, go for, like, the double Draco Sack combo, depending, again, if you have any number of Dragon Rulers in your hand. So, I think I had 2, so that definitely opens up the double Draco Sack play, although with only 2 tokens. But again, 2 searches eventually with the, I believe, the 3rd copy of Dragon's Ravine from the deck here in my hand and the set return. The opponent. That hand, whoa, that hand is so disgusting. I mean, Dark Hole to immediately bypass the tokens and then followed up with a Hero Live, so crucial to search out that one of Shadow Mist and have access to Monster Reborn as well, and of course also Bahamut Shark. Get wrecked, right? Nothing I can do about that, right? So I think my only option here is to first of all try to force out a totally awesome and then hope and pray to God that the opponent doesn't have Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment set to, flip over return, but sadly he does. So he pretty much had like the perfect opening hand to combat first of all my entire setup and, have second of all, let him set up his field with protection, that is, as well. So no chances. Redox was able to hold him off here, but again, no resources, and the fact that Dark Law again can potentially rip 1 card from my hand after a search. That definitely hurts. So Rulers are 1-0 behind. Game number 2 again, I get to start. And here is where I like the Rulers, right? Pretty much every Ruler version is something like this. A couple of draw cards, like cards of consonants, 7-star sword, trade-in maybe, depending on the mythic Rulers, for example, but again, fueling your grave and dig in for that Dragon's Ravine in this particular build. As for the rest, again, that 1 of return, okay, that's good. Definitely can banish my resources, and even though if the opponent has something like Harpy's Feather Duster, I might chain return, but that's all speculation, right? The Torrential Tribute can be very important because of the double Draco Sack and the tokens, of course. If the opponent again opens a Broke and, special summoning multiple monsters, that Torrential can save me. Definitely prevent my opponent from, getting out the Dark Law. Stratos does use its Spell and Trap pop effect, so he does hit the return, which is unfortunate, but I think I'm forced to again use a Torrential here. For Rulers, that's not too big of a problem, since again their graveyard is pretty much their second hand, but the opponent goes for Dweller. I believe he had 2 options, either go for the Bahamut Shark was an option, right? Yeah, 2 Bubble Man, but going for Dweller definitely was an okay option as well. It seems, blocking the graveyard, but Dweller does not stop the Dragon Rulers in hand. But again, having that strike backed up with Dweller, definitely very strong. But have to make sure that I just keep those Dragon Rulers in the hand to bypass the Dweller first of all. And I tried to attack for a game, and it goes through. Very fortunate on my part. And I think he had Judgment indeed as well, so luckily Judgment cannot negate the Ruler's summon. Game number 3. The opponent gets a start, and luckily one of those 3 Mexies finally Holding off my opponent, well, in this case, nothing too spectacular, right? Just Maxi for the 1-for-1, and I do have an option to get rid of the Dark Law, depending on, you know, if he has one. I believe that a particular hero's deck does play like triple Cyclone, and of course the one of Harpy's Feather Duster, and of course he has it. But I think I had to use Sixth Sense. No, yeah, indeed, it was negated again by the one of Solemn Judgment. Must be nice, right? Drawing, at least opening the Solemn Judgment. Then again, drawing Return. What can I say? But yeah, again, that board is super strong. The Bahamut Shark, totally awesome as well. 3 back rows, that's so scary. And the Dark Law is going to banish the Redux, and yep, that's GG, well played. So heroes leading 2-1. Super excited, right? Game number 4, I get to start. Again, a very good opening hand, the Dragon's Ravine. Okay, can set up the Dragon. And you know, I believe I did have, at least now I do have the option to go for the double Dracossack combo again, but with... yeah, indeed, searching out the second copy of the Breed Dragon, get it on board with Ancient Fairy Dragon, so now I have the option to go for, again, the double Dracossack combo with 3 tokens, and that might be important, you know, the opponent attacking into the tokens and not getting, or at least possibly not getting rid of the tokens, and Dracossack being safe against something like Strike, for example. Anyway, there is the Pot of Desires, again giving him a couple of extra draws. He does random Cyclone of my sets, I get it, you know, triple Wing Blast, I believe, torrential, so I can definitely, it's just unfortunate that he missed a warning here. It would have been very clutch, of course. Okay, Bubble Man hitting one of the tokens, but both Dracossack survive, so that's quite crucial here. So now I can, you know, pretty much in full control of the duel, right? He does go for Acid, blowing away my Dragon's Ravine. Okay, that's all fine. Both Dracossack are still on the field. The Thrasher's Trapple isn't that big of a deal. Okay, I can... well, the tokens are gone, but you know, that gives me more space since normally the Dragon Ruler player, or at least Dragon Rules in general, might just want to, you know, tribute the Dracossack itself to pop one of your opponent's cards. You know, freeing up the space on your side of the field. Go for Scrap Dragon, I think that was a superior play over Stardust. Again, there is like the small possibility still the opponent can go for Anki, for example. So, yeah, going for Scrap Dragon and the Dark Hole. Okay, must be nice. But again, 2-2. So, yeah, game number 5, last duel. This will decide this year's winner for the Cross-Banlist Cup 2017. The opponent gets to start. The Maxi for the 1-for-1, that's good. Again, stopping my opponent, although not really sure if he... probably not any follow-up plays. Again, the Dark Law, so important, and because of the, again, somewhat lucky here with Return from the different, indeed, yeah, Return from a different dimension, I opt to use Sacred, at least 7 Star Sword, get a couple of draws to fuel my return, just in case if the opponent has like Galaxy Cyclone, maybe during his own turn, or maybe Harpy's, yeah, if he has Harpy's Feather Duster, that's GG, well played. Definitely chain the return, but yeah, he does go for Acid, he does run into the one of Torrential Tribute again. It's just unfortunate for him that again, that I have that, I believe it's at 1, right, at least for this Dragon Ruler list, the one of Torrential Tribute. But he can recover with Stratos, you know, into totally awesome Bahamut Shark as well with Strike, so that's a problem, well, at least I see here now. Definitely have to play around the totally awesome first. So use the dragons, at least use the Star Sword, try to get a couple of draws, but you know, definitely, yeah, I wasn't really sure if you would negate the Star Sword with the, yeah, the totally awesome, but anyway, he does use Strike, I believe, on the Synchro Summon of Scrap Dragon. Okay, that's all fine, still have Blaster to get on the field, and he does have a couple of options. Maybe Utopia would have been slightly the better option, Dweller as well, I believe, but again, what's Dweller going to do against the in-hand Blaster, right? Okay, he does have Book of Moon. But then again, maybe Utopia and Utopia Lightning eventually would have been a bit better choice, but still, what would have been his place after that, right? Then again, now with Rafflesia, yeah, the Treasure's Trapple definitely doesn't help him. So flip over Blaster first, try to go for the attack and then make the play, if it's possible, right, depending on what he has set. So go for Colossal Fighter. He does have, I believe, 1 out, in the form of Monster Reborn on Stratos, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You know, search out this last monster. I believe the Bubble Man, he still has one Bubble Man in his deck, right? Anyway, get Blaster on the field, and I thought I had game. Acting a little bit too fast, right? He flips over the Hero Leaves indeed for the last monster and bluffing the E-Call here. Now we see that, but that's definitely not enough, so eventually Rulers will be able to attack for a game. So I think, if not, yeah, one of the best matches definitely in this year's Cross-Banlist Cup. So Rulers take it, at least take this year's Cross-Banlist Cup, and they win for a third time against Heroes, Mass Heroes that is. So again, yeah, Heroes lose this one against Dragon Rulers, and definitely stay tuned for an announcement either end of this week or next week for next year's Cross-Banlist Cup, so 2018. Guys, thanks for watching, thanks for the support as always, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.